I got used to drinking everything with straw. Hi my dear readers, this is Simona Rich. In this video I'm going to tell why I'm in Lithuania, why I had to leave the UK. It was so unexpected. I don't know why my hair looks so dark in this video. It's not dark, it's so strange, I don't know why. So basically I was staying with my mom for maybe less than a month, and living together we realized that we are extremely different people. It's just we have totally different preferences for everything. For example, she likes very cold weather and she keeps the windows open even when it's cold, whilst I love heat. That's why it's one of the reasons why I like living in India, and so it's just cold for me. So for her, if I put the heater on, it's too hot. For me, when she opens the windows, it's too cold. And this goes about everything. We are different in absolutely everything. For example, she likes watching TV. I don't like watching TV. She sleeps at different times that I do. I mean, everything, absolutely everything is different about us. She's now feeling much better since her partner died, and she's Aries, so she can recover very fast from big blows. That's one of the strongest qualities that Aries people have, is that they can recover very fast from traumatic events. And we talked about the situation, and we decided that because we hadn't lived together for such a long time, we just became so different that it's not possible for us to live together in a small space, because that house / apartment that she has, it's small. It has one bedroom and one living room, and I like to have my own space, and she likes to have her own space, and it's just not possible for us to stay together. And she realized that as well, and we decided that we can meet for holidays and we will always talk, on the phone, but when it comes to living together, it's not. We just became too different. We cannot live together. And thankfully my mom is now very well. She lives in a place surrounded by good neighbors. If something happens, she has help. She has free health care. My brother lives in the UK, so he will be able to help if something happens. And so we both decided that I should move, live separately from each other. And that's why I came here to Lithuania. And once I establish myself here, my mom can always come on holidays. And that's what we say. It's good for us to stay together for a short time, like for holidays, or we can travel together and we have wonderful time. But because we are like day and night, it's just not possible for us to stay together for a long time, because we will both make our lives miserable. I thought someone is knocking on my door, but I don't know. I'm in one hotel now. No, maybe it's not a knock. Otherwise I would hear another knock. So I felt throughout the duration of the stay with my mom that there is no freedom, because she likes things her own way. This is her house, so whenever I do something like misplace some item, she gets upset about it. And I'm not the person who always puts items in their right place. I kind of sometimes leave everything messy, and then I clean it at my own time, because I don't feel comfortable when I just place the item somewhere and then I need to place it back. It's not relaxing. I can't relax, and my mom likes it very much when everything is straight away finished. So for example, when I would cook something, the amount of time it took for me to clean up everything, because she likes everything very clean. After cooking, I already had my food cold, so it's just I don't feel comfortable living this way, and my mom doesn't feel comfortable living the way that I do. So we both decided that we should live separately, and we are both very happy with this decision. And I think that now my mom will enjoy her time alone. And I think this was kind of like a test of Saturn for me, because of the one aspect that now Saturn is making with one of the most significant planets of my birth chart. It's just like Saturn's transits can be very testing, so they can give you more responsibility, and if you take it, then it could be just a test and you will no longer need it. So that's what happened to me. I was prepared to stay with my mom, even if she needed me all her life. And I guess I passed the test of Saturn, and now I'm gone from UK. And this is it's not the place for me, because it's ruled by Aries. It's good for people who have strong Aries energy, for example. And some people feel very well in that place and some don't. And for me, I'm okay there, but I'd rather not stay there. So I'm very happy that I could leave. And in UK, it's so expensive. I can't believe it. The prices of trains keep rising. I mean, I remember I used to live in London, and then before that I lived in Luton, and it's a very dark place. So when I lived in Luton, it was how many years ago now? Wow, 12, 13, 14 years ago. When I took train from Luton to London, I would pay £5.70, and now the cheapest ticket that I could find was £16. I mean, seriously, I spent so much money on trains and buses. I could have bought probably 3 plane tickets within Europe. Seriously, it's that expensive. The whole duration of my stay in UK, all the tickets that I bought, it would have bought me 3 flights in Europe, and that's just for train tickets. For me, living in such highly developed countries is just not worth it, because firstly, usually the water quality is bad, and everything is so expensive that people don't really live. They just live to pay for bills and transport, and this is not life. This is suffering, and it's taxing to live this way. So I like when I get value for my money, and I don't feel that I get value for my money if I would live in UK. So I'm so happy to have left. And also my mom lived with a partner, and my mom lives now in a council house. So this is the house that people get when they don't earn enough to be able to afford to have their own homes. So that partner of hers lived there for many years, and now because he died, my mom inherited that place, and now she can have that place for the rest of her life, but she has to pay. But she has to pay very little, and would I have to register my business and as a tenant there, then the bills would go way higher, and I would have to pay a lot in bills for bills. So that's another reason why I'm so happy to have left that place, because I will save a lot of my money. And already UK took so much money from me this time. I mean, it's incredible. And then when we decided that we are not going to stay together, I thought firstly that I'm going to go to Croatia, because it's one of the few European countries that is open to tourists now during this crisis situation. And Turkey is open also, but I didn't want to go too far. So I booked flight tickets to Croatia. I booked train tickets to go to the airport, and that was very expensive. And then accommodation deals did not work out because both owners of the accommodation that I booked decided to raise the prices for me to stay there. I don't know why, but I took it as a sign not to go to that place. So I canceled everything. I lost a lot of money, and then I had to and then I decided I should go back to Lithuania. And I know it's the right decision, but because I feel really good here, and I will show you some pictures of the day that I enjoyed today. So this is my first day here. I arrived at night, and that's a whole other story, and I will tell you about this if I don't forget. My memory is very bad. So I'm very happy to have come here, and the weather is so much better. I left UK when it was raining and it was cold, and my shoes were, I bought good leather shoes in UK, and they were I was so afraid that they will, something will happen to them during such weather, so I had to buy another pair of shoes. So the weather was miserable. I'm so happy to have escaped there. So I booked the flight. I took lots of luggage with me because I bought so many things preparing for my life in UK, and now I'm not going to live there, so I need to take everything back. And my mom will send some of the things back also because I can't take them, like water distiller, it's too big, and printer, of course I can't take it to my luggage. But actually here water quality is so good. Lithuania has one of the highest water qualities in Europe because it gets water straight from the underground waters. I don't know how it's called. It's that deep layer of water, and so it doesn't have any chemicals. Such a big difference from UK water. When I would filter UK water, the smell was like medicine, strong medicine. When I would distill that water, I bought water distiller, and I would open water distiller for cleaning. It was full of white stuff and some yellowish stuff, and it smelled really like medicine. So many chemicals go into that water, and my mom actually drinks it from tap, and she likes that water. Me and my brother can't believe it. So I will keep that water distiller actually there in my mom's place, because as I'm checking here, water has no additives. It's not touched by human hand. It's going straight from the underground level of water. So it's totally clean, and I don't want to strip away minerals by distilling and then adding them back if it's already clean, so I will drink that water here. So that will save a lot, because in order to get good water quality you have to spend. Now I realized. And one of my readers said then you can get like not water distiller but reverse osmosis water, but unfortunately that requires that you have to connect it with sink and replacing filters, and you have to have space for that. In small spaces it's not possible. Anyway, so yeah, and so I came to Lithuania. The flight was not delayed. It was a wonderful flight. People were so helpful to me, and I will tell you what I'm practicing now, the way that I look at the world, and to see, I will tell that in another video, to see whether it really works, what it's claimed by that system, and it does. So basically, the way that you look at the world, and I got so many helpful people. All the time that I had to drag that 20 kg luggage, I always was helped. When I would have to go upstairs somewhere in the train station to take my luggage, there will be someone helping me. I mean, throughout my whole journey, people were so helpful, and I realized actually that in the one of the previous videos that I made, I told that I perceive that North UK people are more humble and more friendly, but actually now as I travel through Luton and London, people were so helpful and so nice. So I realized that years ago when I was living in Luton and London, it was my attitude towards them that was reflected in them, and that's what made me think that they are like more pompous or less helpful, more cold. But actually, I'm sure I was projecting, because now as I was dealing with those people, with people from Luton and London, they were so nice and so helpful. I had a good flight. I made friends with one little girl who was so sweet. She was a child of a Polish lady and a black guy, and she looked so cute and she was so friendly, and I shared my food with her and she was dancing for me, so it was entertaining to wait for my flight. And then the flight was quite empty. One row contained like 1 or 2 people, and some rows contained no people. It was good flight. The landing was a little bit scary, because I'm afraid of flying anyway. Not so much, but sometimes it depends on the pilot. And then I landed. I found the accommodation okay, and everything worked. It was self check-in with codes, and yeah, I'm here now in this hotel. It's cold though. Oh my god, when I'm sleeping it's quite cold. The heater is not good here. So now I will need to find some studio flat and I'm going to rent it in central place where everything is available, everything is within walking distance, and it's convenient and very beautiful. I will show you some of the pictures where I'm at. And so I'm hoping I will be able to rent some cozy place. I really do. Of course, it's going to be a very small space because it's the center of the city, of the capital, so it's the most expensive place in Lithuania. And of course, I don't expect large space. I expect very small space, and I pray I will be able to get something beautiful. And then I think I will stay here, but I can never tell how long I will stay. I always hope to stay for longer, but then something happens and I have to fly out or change the country, or I don't know why it always happens, but I'm hoping that I'm able to stay here for some time, at least 6 months. We will see. But you know, we can never really plan. Sometimes destiny is arranged, something is arranged, and you cannot change that. So I cannot really plan, but it would be lovely to stay here for some time. I'm becoming more accepting of my own culture. I never was, because I associated Lithuania with hardship, because it is a hard life here, and I witnessed my mom struggling, I witnessed everyone around me struggling. And so when I broke out and was able to leave Lithuania, I felt like, wow, I'm leaving some kind of prison. So many beliefs, negative beliefs are still there, and I'm working on that. I need to work on that. I need to face that, and I think that now I'm ready for that. Maybe that's why I'm here, and I'm hoping that I will be able to stay here longer, because I would like to have some kind of pet. I so love cats and dogs. I wish I could have some kind of pet. I love cats more, but they are kind of not as friendly as dogs. So maybe I will have a dog, and then it will force me to always go out, which is good, to walk in parks with it and so forth. So I wish I could have a dog, and I love big dogs, but it's not possible to have big dog in a rented flat. Sometimes even people don't like small dogs, owners. I think that's all that I wanted to share with you. I need to have a shower. I need to wash my hair. And about my hair, it looks now so much better. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, I need to wash it now, but still it looks so good. and it recovered a lot from what it was, and it's due to the henna gloss that I do, and now I take care of it so much more. I use good quality conditioner. My mom has Aussie conditioner and good quality shampoo, and I bought another very good quality conditioner today because I didn't take my one from Lithuania, from UK, sorry. So I will keep good care of my hair because it's so important. It gives so much better look if your hair looks good. So I think that's all that I wanted to update you about, and the next video is going to be about the system, like how to say, not giving it up, giving it out. It's about the philosophy, not philosophy, it's like the view of life that leads you to unity and love, and you no longer see duality and suffering, but you're just aiming to merge with the source, and then you totally align yourself with it, and then your view totally changes, and you see the life the way that it is rather than how your ego wants you to see it. And it's the same philosophy that Jesus had, who said, seek the kingdom of God, and then everything shall be added to you. Because if you don't have that first goal, you're just going to go for goals that ego has for you, to build it up. So that's the only goal, is to seek that merging with the source. And the same is taught by Nisargadatta Maharaj. It's just in totally different words, because he used to say to his students that when they would complain that world is horrible and there's so much suffering, what to do about it, and then he would say, that is your world. My world is totally different. Why do you want to give me your world? This is not my world. My world is good. There is no suffering in my world. And some people would see this as a total denial of reality, but then I will explain to you in that video what that worldview teaches, and I'm applying it, and I see the results. Even in Lithuania, you may, if you watch my videos, you may have heard me saying that in Lithuania there are so many cold and cruel people, and they are impolite. But now, as I'm viewing the world in a way that teaching teaches, I meet good people, helpful people, happy people, cooperative people. Is amazing. Even today, there is next door in this hotel, there are two musicians. They are, I don't remember how that instrument is called, but they play all day. And then when I knocked on their door to see that I need to work, we talked in such polite way, and we try to understand each other. They are the musicians that they are practicing because they want to get a job, important job for them, so they cannot not practice. But I see I cannot not work because I have a lot of work, the assessments. So we came to the, we negotiated, and then we decided that there will be several hours in the morning that they will play, and then I will work, and then they will play. And so we just negotiated, and we decided what will work. And they also made their instrument extremely silent. Now I can hardly hear them, and we did that with understanding, with politeness. So I'm meeting now really nice people. It's amazing, and it's to do with the way that I view the world, the way that I choose to view the world, because there's no time in this world to be defensive and angry and negative. There is just no time for that, So I can't wait to share this with you, this teaching, but that's going to be in the next video. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Take care.